What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to create spaces in our building model. Okay, so the first thing that we will be doing here is we're going to create a new project. So I'm going to select new, and then from the template file, I'll just select here systems template. So again, systems template, it includes all the services like mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. Okay, so I'll just select here OK, and after that, the next thing that we will be doing here is we are now going to link the architectural model that we are working on from the previous video. So let's say that is the architectural model from the architect, and we are now going to link that to our MEP project to start our project. Okay, so we're going to link that. So I'll select link from the tab here, insert tab, and then link REVIT. So click that one, and then let's look for the archi model. So this is the architectural model, and then for the positioning for this exercise, I'll just use auto center to center. Okay, but most of the time you use here auto by shared coordinates. Okay, the architect will gonna set up the coordinates of the project, and when you link the archi model inside your MEP project, so make sure you select auto by shared coordinates. But for this exercise, I'll just select here center to center. Okay, so center to center, and then I'll just open. Okay, so it's now here at the center. So just a minor change here. I'm gonna move this elevation to the right just to tidy up our model. Okay, now the next thing that we will be doing here is we're going to coordinate first the level, because the default level of our MEP most likely is different from the level of our architectural model. So that's why we are gonna go to the elevation view. Doesn't matter if it is electrical elevation view or mechanical or plumbing. Okay, because they're just the same when it comes to the level. So I'm just gonna select here south-mech, and then right off the bat, so as you can see, this is the default level of our MEP project. So as you can see, this is our link model, so it has a different one. So I'm just gonna align this. Make sure you do this. So you go to modify and then just use align. Let's align our MEP level from the archi level. Just align that. There you go, and then modify. Okay, now the next thing that we'll be doing, make sure that you are going to select your link model. Make sure you select your link model, and then after that, from the properties, make sure you select here edit type. So that is very important because you need to check the room bounding option here. Okay, so the room bounding option. So as you can see from the constraint panel, so there is the room bounding option. Okay, so this one, room bounding. So just tick this one. So what will happen is the architectural components such as walls and floors are closed so that they are recognized as boundaries for spaces. Okay, so make sure you tick the room bounding if you link the architectural model in your MEP model. Okay, so just check that one and then just select OK. And that's it. And the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a plenum level. Okay, so we're going to create a plenum level. So from my elevation view again here, okay, I'm going to add a plenum level here. So let me just click first one of my MEP level, and then just tidy up. I'm gonna click that circle, and then I'm just gonna move it here, just like that. Okay, right, and then to create now my level from the architecture datum panel, so there's the level tool. So let's click that one. Okay, and then after that, on the options bar, Make sure make plan view here is selected. So what happens is when you create your level, it will also create the floor plan view of that level that you are creating. So if this is a plenum level, it will create a plenum level floor plan. Okay, so that's the reason why make plan view here is checked. So if you just want to create a reference level, you don't want to create the plan view, you can just uncheck this one. But for this exercise, I'm going to make sure this is checked. And then you can select here what are the plan view types that you want to create. So I'm gonna click this. Okay, and I do not want to create a ceiling plan and structural plan for my plenum level. I just want a floor plan for that. So just make sure floor plan is selected, and then I'll just select here OK. Okay, and that's it. And then after that, I'm going to align my cursor here. And then as you can see, there's a temporary dimension. So you can now type here the distance that you would like. So let's say, for example, the distance that you have is in millimeters, which is our current unit. So you just type the distance. So like, for example, this will gonna be 2,500, let's say 91. And then enter. There you go. And then you move your cursor to align to your MEP level there. Like that. And as you can see, automatically it creates the floor plan for that level here on our project browser. So I'm going to select here modify, and then I'm gonna click my level here, or I'll just click my level 1 here, and then I'm gonna click that to create an elbow. So I need to create the elbow so that it doesn't overlaps my plenum level here. So I'm going to rename this. So I'm gonna call this MEC level, or 0-MEC plenum. Okay, and then I'll just enter. That's it. So it's now renamed here as well. So let me just move this one away, and then again I'll just tidy up my level here. There you go. Okay, so for this one, let us rename this. So 0-MEC. Then this one is 1-MEC. Enter. There you go. Okay, so let us open up our newly created floor plan for the plenum level. So our 0-MEC plenum. So let's double click that. And as you can see, since our level is somewhere here, we can't see the opening here. And also we can't see the walls if we go to the plenum level. See, it's just empty. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to move the slider down here. I'm going to remove the view template. Currently it's mechanical plan. So let's click that, and then I'll select here none, and then I'll select here OK. So after I do that, the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to change the view range. So for the plenum level, I want to see the division of the walls. Okay, so I want to see that. So I'm gonna edit the view range. So you can click edit. Okay, so here on our cut plane, I'm gonna adjust the cut plane. Okay, so let's do, so the height of the cut plane here, so instead of 1200, which is too high, so let's adjust this to, let's say 300. So that we're gonna be starting from the level of 0-MEC plenum up to level 1-MEC. Okay, so the height will gonna be 300 for the cut plane. So if I select here OK, so as you can see, I can now see the division of walls here. Okay, so that's how you modify your view range. So if you wanna have an idea what is view range, so you can click the view range here, and then you can select here show, like this. So at least you have an idea what is the top, cut plane, bottom, view depth, and then primary range, view depth, and view range. And if you want to learn more about the view range, you can click the view range link here, okay, for you to be able to read the complete discussion regarding the view range. Okay, so let me just cancel this, and there you go. Now the next thing that we are going to do here is we're going to place spaces in our zero dash mech, not here on the plenum level, so I'll just put it here on the zero dash mech. So if you have a time, so you can put your spaces also here on the plenum level and also on one dash mech. But for this exercise, I'll just put spaces on zero dash mech, okay, so that it will not take a lot of time, because it's not that difficult to place spaces. To place space, you just need to go to analyze the spaces and zones. You can see here the space, okay, so you can click this, and then after that, here on the options bar for the upper limit, so currently we are on zero dash mech, so I want to place my spaces from zero dash mech level up to zero mech plenum level. So I'll select that one, and then for the offset here, so I'll just make that 0. So our space will gonna be from zero dash mech up to zero mech plenum level. So no need to specify another height there of an offset. Okay, so just 0. So I'm gonna make sure this is horizontal for the tag. So tag on placement is toggled on. You can turn off that, you can turn on, but I would like that to be turned on so that there's a tag while we are placing our spaces. And then leader here is unchecked, and I want to create a new space. Okay, and let us now place it here. So there's now our first space. So okay, and then after that, I'm going to place another one here. So I'm gonna click here, and there you go. Then after that, I'll select your modify. Okay, so if you're going to click the space here, this is the space. You can check out the properties of the space. So it gives you some idea what is the area of that one, what is the perimeter, what is the unbounded height, what is the volume. Okay, so currently we don't have any information on the mechanical flow because there's no mechanical elements here. But if you are going to place mechanical elements here, you'll be able to see here the properties on the mechanical flow. And another thing, you can also change the name. You can change the name here, you can change the space number, and you can also do it here. So let's say I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna click this, click that, and then let's say I'm gonna call this CEO room or CEO office. Okay, so office, enter, and then I'll change also the number. So let's say I'll call this 101. Okay, so as you can see, we only have the tag here, but the space symbol is not visible, although we can select it like this, right? You'll be able to select the space. But if you would like your space to be visible so that it's easier for you to select, so you can open the visibility graphic overrides. So you can go to the properties, the view properties, make sure you don't have any selected object. So click edit on the visibility graphic overrides, and then from the model categories, look for S spaces, this one, expand that, and then you tick interior and then the reference to make it visible. So select here OK, and there you go. So it's now visible. Okay, and let's change the name of this. So this will gonna be central area, and then you can change the number here again. Let's say 110. There you go. Okay, so another thing that you can do with your space is that you can split it. Like for example, this central area, for example, this is too big, so you can split that one. So here, I'm going to split that using the space separator. So it draws a space separation line to divide the space. So I'm going to click this. Okay, and then I'm going to click here. And then I'm going to click all the way here. Here, there you go. And then I'll just select here, modify. So as you can see, it's now split. So I can place now another space here. So I'm gonna select space, and then I'm going to place another one here. There you go. And then I'll select here, modify. Okay. Okay, and again, I'm gonna change the name for this. I'm gonna call that lounge area. So I'm gonna select the space here. I'll try to change it here from the properties. Okay, a while ago we are changing the name and then the space number here, but you can also do that on the properties. So you can select the space, and then let's change it here on the name. Okay, that's the one. So let's change that to lounge. Enter. And then for the number, I'll just make it 115, and then enter, then apply. There you go. So you can also change from there. Okay. Now next is we're going to place a space in the chases area. So we're going to add the space to the chases area, and note that the space components are placed in chases to permit a reliable heating and cooling loads analysis. That's why we are placing spaces to chases area. So like for example, this area here. So again, you can specify what will gonna be the starting level for the space that you are placing, and then the height of that space. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to select the space again, click that, and then I'm just gonna zoom in here. So before I click, I can specify here the upper limit. Okay, so for the upper limit, so let's say I want that to be placed all the way to 1-mech. Okay, and then I'm going to specify a height here, like 457. So that means you are placing a space here from 0-mech level up to 1-mech level, and another height up to 457. So from 1-mech level, so there is another height of 457, an offset height. Okay, and then I'm now going to place one here. So let's place it here, and there you go. And then I'll just select here, modify. So basically that's how you place your space on our chase. So I'll just put here chases, and then number 121, for example, enter. Okay, so you can also access your spaces by going to the right click of the blank space, right click on the blank space, and then you can go to the system browser, open up the system browser. So here, let me just close first the properties, and let me expand this. So here we can select here zones, and then you can this is the default zone if you don't have any zone created yet. So all the spaces will going to be placed on a default zone. So let's expand that, and then you can now see here the spaces that you have created. So all the spaces is under one zone, under the default zone. Okay, which is I'm going to teach you as well next video. I'm going to show you how to create zone. But for now, you can also access your spaces from your system browser. Okay, that's it for this simple exercise. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.